cubes. You know, like you don't see the outcome right away, but you're able to determine, you're able to see how it will look like, you know, before the outcome. So that's how spatial thinking is. It's more of a, it's a critical thinking in space. Geologists use it, even neurosurgeons use it. You know, just before you can tackle the situation, how is, what is the outcome? Okay, so that's what we're gonna be doing today. Um, let's see, chat. Can you hear my voice? Is it clear? Can you hear? Let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear. You said my voice is faint. Hello?
Hi, we can hear you.
You can hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, so what is spatial reasoning? It's concerned the ability to think about objects in both two and three dimensions and visualize the movement of those objects or deduce the pattern between them. So when you have an object, you are given a problem, or you are given a question or a map. You know, when you look reading a map, you don't, you are not there yet. You're gonna be, you should be able, you know, to figure it out. Like imagine you being in that situation, you know. So let's see this picture here on the right. If I say give me the right answer for, if you're looking from above this picture, okay, you haven't seen the answer yet, but you are imagining the answer. So let's say if you're looking the, hello,
Call State Farm agent Joy Knox in Houston today.
is that me? Okay, sorry. What's when I give you this, well, what will be your the right answer? A, B, or C? Just picture it from above. Can you type in the answer, or somebody help me out here? What will be the right answer if you're picturing this object from above? Yeah, anybody? Hello? Can you hear me?
I think that the answer will be A.
You think the answer is A? Well, okay. Any
Yeah,
more
I think it's A.
any more predictions? Anybody else? Any other answer? Or everybody thinks it's A? Okay. It looks like everybody thinks it's A, and you're right. It is A. It can confuse you looking at D, but D here, you can tell that there is like a box at the end, which is not here. So, yep, the answer is A. And that's the ability to be able to see all the different ways of analyzing it and come up with the right answer without, even, seeing it from above. You're just imagining the answer without, seeing the answer, the way it is going to look from above. You are just imagining it. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Um, oh, computer. So spatial skills in STEM, it's very important. Everyone in STEM needs to be able to, not only in STEM, but even in the other aspects of your life, you need to be able to see things, be able to visualize things. You don't necessarily have to see the answer before you actually come up with it. Okay, it's very important when someone says, "Show me a direction." You already know where the place is, so you can direct the person. When someone says solve an equation, you can think about the equation in your head. When it's like 2 plus 2, you don't have to see the answer before you tell that. You can imagine it, like 2 plus 2 is 4. Okay, it's very necessary to be able to imagine your answer in your head before you see the answer. Okay, so it's very important in all these academic and professional field. In computer science, technology, engineering, math, especially math. People who are very good in spatial thinking and spatial visualization are very good in math. Because when I give you, 200 plus 2,000, you already know the answer. Like you can imagine it. You don't have to put a pen and paper down and give me the answer. You just go ahead and tell me it's 2,200. It is just, you can just see the answer in your head. So it is very, very important to be able to imagine and visualize answers before you see the answer. Now, one of the examples of skills that you need in spatial, to help with your career, if you want to be in STEM, one of the areas, the disciplines that utilizes spatial thinking and reasoning is geologists. Geologists they use the movement of the tectonic plates in the earth to see the progress of earth formation. So if you're a geologist, you're gonna be have to be very good in spatial reasoning. You just imagine how things move, because you're not gonna go under the earth to see it. You have technology that will predict it, then you can formulate what is going on. Okay, even not only geologists, but also uh, the weather people. You can predict. You can see. You use your tools to tell you what is going on, then you predict it. You can tell it from your spatial thinking. So if you want to be a geologist, you have to acquire spatial thinking skills to be able to predict things in space before it happened. Okay, so during our scientific method, we talk about prediction. And that's one of the skills that you would need in scientific thinking, to be able to see things, to predict your hypothesis. Okay, predict to see how it's going to turn out before you can come up with the answer, so you can come up with the closest answer. Because if you have the two hypotheses that we had in uh, in our experiment, which was either we sign a world-class striker or we change our jersey colors, between the two hypotheses, you're supposed to be able to think and see how one of them can be closer to the answer than the other. So if you pick having a world-class striker, it is closer to solving our situation than changing our jersey. So you need to be able to have your spatial thinking skills in everything that you do, and especially in geology, it's one of the disciplines that you're going to have to use it. Neurosurgeons, they use it to visualize the different brain areas to predict the outcome of surgery. Okay, if you want to be a neurosurgeon, that's one of the skills that you have to have. It's like you have to be on top of your spatial thinking and spatial reasoning. Okay, um, one of the first female neurosurgeon in John Hopkins, all over the world. That Hopkins is the best neurosurgeon uh, uh, organization. And Nancy Edu, was the first female neurosurgeon in John Hopkins. So she, it's not a discipline that it's limited to just white people or men. Women can have good spatial thinking. She can predict things. She can predict where the brain and the nerve system communicate. So if you want to be a neurosurgeon, you have to have a good spatial thinking, visualize the way things are going to be solved before you can start working on it, because you need to have the best solution, the best hypothesis before you can embark on what you're doing, because it's very dangerous. You're playing with somebody's brain. Okay, you don't have two choices. You don't have you can't undo it. So you need to be able to figure that out in the first try before you embark on doing your surgery. Another discipline is civic engineering. And civic engineering architecture. You need to be able to visualize a structure to be able to tell if you can build the building or build the bridges before you can embark on it. Because when you do and it's wrong, a lot of people are going to die. So you need to have the right predictions, the right skills to visualize. And when it comes to the spatial thinking, that is the best skills that you can have to be able to embark on something like that. We're gonna rush through this real quick because we have around the world tour. Other disciplines too, designer, visual designers, UI and UX designers. Yeah, these are like people that design your products. They're able to tell what people are going to be able to use that products for before it comes on the market. So these are skills that you're able to tell, you visualize it, you can tell that people are going to be into it. People that design your website, people that design products on the website, Facebook predictions and predictive analytics and all these things, you have to be able to tell, to visualize a prediction. Your prediction skills are going to be very good. You don't just predict anything, but things that can solve problems and solve it at the first time. Okay, you can't be wrong. So these are all the disciplines that utilizes visual spatial thinking and spatial reasoning. Real quick, so the types of spatial reasons that we have, shape matching. Shape matching or visualized comparison comprises questions will require you to examine two groups of shapes in different layout and rotation before matching those in this. So basically, that's what I'm saying. You're able to predict and be able to visualize it before you can actually do the matching. So we'll see some examples here real quick. It is essential in a game of pairs played at high level, and it shows how comfortable you are with the visualizing two-dimensional objects. Okay, you need to be able to see the outcome, the visualization before you embark on your solution. All right, let's watch this here. Matching.
Similar shape questions require you to find consistency in one more shape from a suggested selection. There will probably be more than one similarity between the shapes you're shown, so you need to work out which one matches the correct suggested shape. For example, look at these two shapes. What are the similarities, and do they match any of the shapes that are given? At first, you might notice the dots inside the shapes. This is a consistency. However, all the suggested answers have dots too, so that doesn't help us. We can only have one answer. Another similarity is both shapes are quadrilaterals, and the only other shape with 4 sides is C. That works. There aren't any other similarities, so we must have found the correct answer. These questions can seem tricky at first, but with practice, you will start to notice patterns and find the similarities much faster.
Okay, so basically that's what she's saying. Um, to get the best predictions, you have to practice and learn. Okay, you have to know what is in common, the best outcome of what you are predicting. Hey, when you're given a question to solve, you need to come up with the best solution, the best outcome. And by doing that, the way you get better at it is to practice, to keep doing it. Whatever discipline that you're going to be in, keep practicing it, and you become very good at what that discipline is. You become a subject matter expert. Okay, so another type of spatial reasoning is group rotation. Okay, you will be shown a group and then a lot of possible alternate views of the same shape. Your job is to select the correct one. Okay, so you use mental rotation to select the best possible outcome. Okay, often the shapes will be in different. Will have an identifying marker such as dot or square. The placement of the marker is important as it ultimately determines which answer is correct. Okay, so you pay attention to uh, the different identifiers. Okay, so when you're given a question, pay attention to something that is particular or peculiar about the question that you have. Okay.
Rotated views are another common spatial reasoning question. Again, you will be given a starting shape. This time, you'll be asked to identify the same shape in a rotated view. The key here is to try and visualize the shape in real life. Imagine what it would look like in front of you if you could pick it up and rotate it yourself. How many sides are there? What do these sides look like from a different angle? Here you can see an example of one shape rotated. Both shapes are exactly the same. The only difference is that the second one has been rotated 90 degrees clockwise.
Okay. So the ability to be able to think, visualize,
Rotated views are
the ability to visualize something in real life is also a very good skills for spatial reasoning. Okay, when I give you an object to rotate, or when I give you a direction, you should be able to follow the roads and the signs and where it's going to be, the destination is, and you tell me, okay, I know where it is. Oh yeah, I know where this place is. Okay, but if you are not able to visualize it, you you're gonna get lost. You're gonna keep going, and if I'm giving you the wrong information, you're not gonna be able to find the place. You need to follow the information and instruction that I'm giving you. So just put yourself in that place, and that is the reason why you always have to be practicing, and reading and having information about what you want to do, because if you have not seen it before, you cannot tell me that you know how it works. So always fill your mind with information that will make you much better much better in visualizing things. So there's another type of spatial reason, which is cube views, and you're given different views of three-dimensional cubes. with shapes or symbols on each face. You would then be asked question about the symbol or on the face to assess how capable you are with visualizing the shape from all angles, just like Rubik's Cube. Okay, before you can match all the colors, you should be able to think that okay, if I rotate it this way, I can have the greens on this way, the blues on this way. So um, cubes is actually one of the most important skills, ways of determining your spatial reason.
Unfolding shapes are commonly used in diagrammatic reasoning tests. This means looking down on a 3D shape to find its plan view. For example, imagine we were standing directly above this shape, which is on the floor. From this perspective, you would see shape C, which is the correct answer. The trick is to first count the sides and visualize what each side looks like flat and how they all fit together. This will help you visualize how the shape looks. Some people can do this much more easily than others, but if you find it difficult, practice and watch your results improve.
Okay, so that's another skills that you need to have to be able to use sizes and identifiers to tell that this is the correct answer. Okay. um, Another type of spatial reasoning is mirror images, and you need to be able to identify a mirror. Just as a sound, these questions require you to find the mirror images of 2 or 3 dimensional shapes you are presented with. If you find these questions tricky, it's often possible to use logic to discount several possible answers quickly, um, leaving we with few options. So basically, process of elimination. If you're given a problem, just find the best way to eliminate the ones that are wrong. Okay, and just come to the right answer with the process of elimination. Okay.
Another common diagrammatic reasoning question will involve mirror images. Typically, there will be a dotted line representing a mirror, and you will be asked to find the corresponding reflected shape. Here, imagine the dotted line and the shape are drawn on a piece of paper. If you were to fold the paper along the dotted line, what position would the shape be in now? A reflection is a reversed image, so the correct answer will look like the first shape, but backwards. Look at this. The corners of the parallelogram are the exact same distance from the mirror, just on the other side. So, one is a reflection of the other.
Hello. Yeah. Okay. All right. So another type of spatial reasoning is mapping. Using your sense of direction to be able to answer questions, and that's what we already talked about. It. You have to be able to know that whatever direction that I'm giving you is, you'll be able to visualize it and be at the same place. Okay, if I'm giving you direction to a place that you have no idea, um, you should be able to visualize with the information that I'm giving you. I'm telling you that there's a house on the left, there's a right turn. So once you get to that destination, you are able to know that okay, this is the right turn that I was talking about. So be able to visualize it not only before you go, but when you get there, you'll be able to use that information that I gave you to answer the questions that you need. Okay. There are other types of spatial reasonings too. We're not going to go in depth today. We have the combining two-dimensional shapes and block counting. We're not going to go in depth there. We're going to come back to this later, but this is basically to give you an idea that you need to sharpen your visual imagining so that you can be able to get your work done. Okay, you can, if you want to have a good prediction, you need to be able to tell the outcome by visualizing it. Okay, so I have few um, questions here, and I want everybody to be helping me to do it. Um, so it said, which group of shape can be assembled by making the shape shown? Okay, so A, B, C, D. Which of them can you combine to make the above shape? Which three objects can you combine to make the above shape? So just imagining, just see the shape. First of all, break it down, eliminate which ones that cannot possibly be right. Okay, we know that definitely A cannot be right because it has a square, and um, and you cannot place the square anywhere in the above shape. Okay, so which ones? Hello.
The answer is D.
D. Which one? C, D, B. Can you type it? I can hear you. Just visualize it.
D. The answer is D.
Okay. Any more? Any other answers? Everybody agrees it's D. Everybody agrees it's D. Okay, it will be part of your homework. What about this one? Which of the shapes, which when you take the one on the top right left corner, which of them can you use to resize? Which of them fits? So which figure can be made from this shape without resizing? So now we're talking about sizing here. So just use your imagination, see which of these shapes is the right size and which of them is not the right size.
And
Okay,
I
I
think
hear
A is
A.
the answer.
Any other answers? I hear A. Okay, all right. This will be part of your homework too. Now, this one here, we're talking about a mirroring. Okay, so if I fold this box, which one do I, A, B, or C? If I fold the box, okay, from the right, I fold it. Which one do you think? All right. So this will be part of your homework too. So We are going to start the virtual tour today, and I hope you guys learned something. Always be very sharp with your visualization. Be able to answer questions without seeing the answer. Okay. All right. So I'll let Letitia take over for the virtual tour, and I'm hoping that everybody will stay and enjoy this virtual tour. It's I think we're going to South Africa today. So Letitia, go ahead.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What time is it? Can I share my screen? Okay, desktop. Okay, where is okay, and project, no, okay, South Africa. Okay, so we can let it stay here and go on YouTube for the meantime as we okay. How long is this? Okay. Okay. Thank you. That's what they said? Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, everyone. Yeah, around the world virtual tour. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you. We are about to start in 1 minute. Well, I guess I will introduce you guys to my co-host